So, next story,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Okay.
Democrats still holding on to impeachment.
Yeah, so actually, we basically just covered a lot of this, so we're going to do like an abridged version of this. So let's hit it. Okay, so the day after the House cast historic votes to impeach President Trump, Speaker Nancy Pelosi put an abrupt halt on the proceedings, holding back from sending the charges to the Republican-led Senate in a politically risky bid to exert influence over the contours of an election year trial. The House left town on Thursday for a 2-week holiday. Wouldn't it be nice if Americans had a 2-week holiday that was so important they could just leave their work like that? Without taking the votes to appoint impeachment managers, which is required to start the process in the Senate. We are ready, says Ms. Pelosi, who has said she would not send the charges or name of the lawmakers who would prosecute the case against Mr. Trump until she was certain of a fair process for the Senate trial, which is, again, filibustering. By withholding the articles, Ms. Pelosi is hoping that Mr. Trump, who is eager for a trial to present his defense and hear his name and clear his name, will put pressure on Senator Mitch McConnell, Republican of Kentucky, and Majority Leader to commit to Democratic demands, which, if you know anything about Mitch McConnell, that's not going to happen unless it's already in his favor, which means if they do compromise, it will be a compromise Mitch McConnell has offered them, which will be not that important, including the ability to call witnesses during trial. Now, again, I will remind you that Democrats basically shut out Republicans from doing this. So if Mitch McConnell says, we're going to do what you did, which is not let you guys talk, they're not going to really have an easy leg to stand on. Mr. McConnell said with a wry smile after probably eating an orphan somewhere, that's my addition, not his, from the Senate floor. But alas, if they can figure that out, they can explain it. Meanwhile, other House Democrats say they would prefer never to transmit the articles. Fine with me. I'm sure he smiled and then slithered into his shell. Mr. Trump is only the third president to be impeached. The process to determine, it's funny, the Secret Service has failed to protect more presidents than there have been impeached. Fun fact. The Senate stalemate suggested that rather than rise above the partisan vitriol that permeated the House's impeachment inquiry on its vote on Wednesday, the Senate, traditionally cooler head, may replicate it. So the Democrats in the first impeachment were like, nah, Republicans can't get anything. We're gonna overrule Republicans. We're gonna make a dog and pony show, and Republicans are gonna be like, ditto. So, guys, what do you think?
I think the next time the Republicans try to fail to vote on a budget bill, Democrats will have lost all of their high ground.
Yeah,
because they're just being obstructionists now, right? They're just not. Hey, we're not gonna do the thing.
You know,
and they're like, hey, well, we're going to shut down the government then. Well, you got to do stuff. Well, you didn't do stuff.
Yeah, this is
way to go for bargaining chip.
Isn't it great to see the most powerful country in the world turning into a he said, she said argument on a grand scale that affects, again, who pays the price for this?
I love the point that we had a Congress that was called the Do Nothing Congress. And we're at a point now in American politics where the actual number of bills passed are so minuscule in comparison. Like the Do Nothing Congress would look like it's going at breakneck speed today.
Yeah. Also, that's another thing to remember that, seeing just how divided this country is in regards to our politics, it's going to cause people to not be interested or get involved, especially when you have, Democrats on their side, the Republicans on their own side. And these are the establishment people. And these are the people that we elect into office to represent us. But sadly, these are also the same people who have the same connections to Wall Street, big banks, and major corporations. At the end of the day, while they are rivals, remember, they are also friends with the same people who fund their campaigns. These politicians that we elect into office, 90% of the time, they're on the phone talking to their donors. These people don't care about us. The Republicans and Democrats in office don't care about you. And you could be a diehard Republican voter or a Democratic voter. Guess what? They don't care. They only work for the top 1%. And when they do these bills back and forth just to say that their team's better than the other, it doesn't solve the bigger problem. Climate change is a reality. We have a crumbling infrastructure. Student debt is a serious issue. We don't have single-payer health care. We have a problem of unaffordable housing here in this country. We have a system in which there's so much unchecked corruption that nothing's getting done and the people are being left behind. And the few politicians that we do have in office that can help have very little power because they're being stopped by the two-party system, by their lobby groups, by the Wall Street investors, by big banks, by major corporations. This is a sick system that we have, and this impeachment is just more evidence to show that nothing's ever going to get done in Congress until we, as citizens, Democratic voters, Republican voters, Libertarian voters, Green Party voters, Socialist voters, Independent voters, and non-voters, we all got to step up and get involved. Otherwise, we will be stuck in stagnation for a very long time.